Joe Biden facing a bit of controversy tonight. Late today, former Democratic candidate for lieutenant governor of Nevada coming forward to say that she had a bit of an uncomfortable encounter with the then vice president back in 2014. Lucy Flores writes in New York Magazine, quote, "I felt him get closer to me from behind. He leaned further in and inhaled my hair. I was mortified," she writes. "He proceeded to plant a big, slow kiss on the back of my head." Now, Bill Russo, a spokesman for Joe Biden, responded with a statement that reads in part, "Neither then nor in the years since did he or the staff with him at the time have any inkling that Ms. Flores had been at any time uncomfortable, nor do they recall what she describes. But Vice President Biden believes that Ms. Flores has every right to share her own recollection and reflections, and that it is a change for the better in our society that she has the opportunity to do so." Joining me now, Chris Stirewalt, Fox News politics editor. Chris, good to see you tonight. Thanks for being here. So, you know, that's not a great moment for the nascent and not yet declared Biden campaign.
Well, and also talk about getting it wrong. Look, the degree to which Joe Biden now obviously misunderstands the political moment in his party should be obvious to everyone. He gave a speech earlier where he was talking about apologizing, but not really apologizing for the treatment of Anita Hill during the Clarence Thomas hearings a generation ago when he was the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, and she was horribly treated as she came forward to make her accusation. He came out with a very lame explanation and apology for it, and he got the wrath of feminist activists, liberal Democrats, and others. Now we have another accusation that fits within a pattern for Joe Biden that we have seen throughout his career of overdoing it with physical contact with women, strangers, women he meets, women who are there. There was a teenage girl who was present with her family when her father or relative was being sworn into Congress. We have the story of the Deputy Defense Secretary's wife. We've heard these stories before about women who Joe Biden made feel uncomfortable. Now we have another one that his campaign, or as you say, campaign in waiting, doesn't know better than to say, well, we think it's super for her that gals now have a chance to talk about this stuff, but she didn't say anything at the time, so too bad.
Yeah, and here's what she says about that. "For years, I feared my experience would be dismissed. Biden will be Biden. Boys will be boys. But hearing Biden's potential candidacy for president discussed without much talk about his troubling past as it relates to women became too much to keep bottled up any longer." So that's her response. They're going to come back with this, Chris. She tweeted after that campaign event, "Great to be in Nevada with Vice President Biden and Lucy Flores. Don't forget to vote." This is I think she passed this along from Eva Longoria, who was also there on Tuesday, November the 4th.
Look, the moment has changed, and the Democratic Party, you saw what happened with Al Franken. You saw what has gone on as Democrats have gone through this Me Too reckoning and had this discussion, and so is the larger national conversation. Joe Biden is obviously not up to this. He is not ready for this, and I am telling you, this could be a death knell for his potential candidacy. He has not thought through how his dealings with women over the years, including incidents like these, what she is accusing him of is, again, totally in keeping with a pattern of behavior that we've seen in him. If he's got to litigate this now, he better be better at this. He better be ready for a discussion about this.
Chris, he probably says, well, you know, President Trump also had stories that were surrounding him, and he made it.
Yeah, but except for this, Democrats do not want to equivocate on this issue. Again, back to Al Franken. They absolutely 86'd Al Franken. They lit him on fire and dropped him in the bottom of the ocean because they weren't going to have a difficult discussion when it came to Roy Moore from Alabama. They're not going to do it with Donald Trump. I think Joe Biden is in big, big trouble.
Interesting. Chris, thank you. Great to see you.
You bet.